Or
After
massive.
this morning?
Yo, no, I know.
Oh boy, boy, boy. Can we get a little cooperation here?
Hmm.
Have, have have both of you talked to an attorney?
Yes.
Hello, Miss Harris.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm. This is your choice. I can put you in a breakout room with Mr. Turner, or we're ready to start on the arraignment list. What would you like to do?
Turner, please.
Okay, is there any other your colleagues can come in? We can start on the arraignments for DDC.
Still interviewing. Okay, so
They're not being interviewed on both cameras. They have one here.
okay, so now I'll ask you again. Would you prefer for me to come downstairs and do arraignments or to interview Turner and the person from the Michigan Department of Corrections?
As of right now, I'd rather you come down and start up the arraignments.
Okay, then.
And it's no fault of yours.
I'll be right there.
If
I'll
was,
be right there. We're just trying
okay.
to get the work accomplished. I'll be right there. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for your patience. Okay. All right. My apologies, Officer Robertson. I didn't realize DDC was going to log in fairly quickly, and your truth be told, Mr. Turner is going to take a little minute, and I'd rather get started with the arraignments and then save him because he's going to be kind of a lengthy, longer than normal arraignment for him because of the charges.
Would you please tell me the name of the person on camera one, DDC?
I don't know. What's your name, sir? You got to unmute.
Brandon Grimes.
Grimes?
Brandon Grimes, number 12 on the sheet.
Thank you.
Your Honor, so this Officer Robertson, so you just stand by or
Just stand by. Just stand by. Once they get through interviewing, it'll free up some attorneys, and like I said, we'll create a breakout room. But I want to get started so I can have keep people that have been waiting for a little while, get them out and going. Get them arraigned out and about.
okay.
And like I said, Mr. Turner's a little bit more, given the nature of the charges, is a little bit more complicated case. So it's going to take a minute for him anyway. So just stand by, and I appreciate your patience.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Magistrate, you must be going nuts right now. This isn't how you drive your ship. This is. I know you. I mean, you'd be cast off. We couldn't even see you from land at this point. Like, you'd be gone.
Mr. Vincent, you know me oh so well.
I know.
I like to run a tight ship.
I know you.
And I don't like to waste people's time. I don't like my time wasted. Because that's the only thing in this world you cannot get back. You can get back money, you can get back anything else, but you cannot get back time. All right. Mr. Grimes, unmute.
sir.
State your name again.
Brandon Grimes.
All right, this is case number 250-576-4201. People State, Michigan versus Brandon Grimes. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson for the people.
Good afternoon. For the record, Christina Harris, P 52857, on behalf of Brandon Grimes, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint. And Mr. Grimes has been explained and he understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Grimes, given the nature of the offense, lack of criminal history, ties to the community. Any objection to a $5,000 personal bond for Mr. Grimes?
No
Not at this
objection.
time. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Grimes, you're given a $5,000 personal bond. While this case is pending, sir, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Is that clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Probable cause, May 22nd, front of Judge Robbins. Preliminary examination, May 29th, front of Judge Giles. Please step aside.
Pierre Fruquet.
Yeah, what's your name?
Pierre Fruquet.
Pierre.
Yes, sir.
Is that French, Haitian, or what?
I believe it's French.
Or all of the above?
All of the above.
All right, so, sir, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give you a personal bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have the right to an attorney. You can afford an attorney one way appointed on behalf. The tickets are P1669503, driver license suspended. Ticket P1490288, driver registered motor vehicle, driver license suspended, improper plates. Ticket P1455909, improper plates. Supplying false information to officer, driver license suspended. Ticket P1420856, open alcohol in the motor vehicle. And ticket P1371797, driver's license never required, no insurance, misdemeanor, driving a registered motor vehicle. And ticket U784-39311, operated a junk vehicle without a license. Personal bond, no dollar amount in each of these tickets, sir. Pretrial, June 2nd, in front of Judge Larry Williams. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now to your main matter, case number 250-573-4501, Houston, Michigan versus Pierre Fruquet. Appearances, please.
Steve Benson for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris, on behalf of Pierre Fruquet, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint. And Mr. Fruquet has been advised of, and he understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, court. Well, not good to be on behalf of Mr. Fruquet. Given the nature of this offense, and particularly the age of this case, any objection to a $1,000 personal bond?
Objection.
Not at this time.
$1,000 personal bond, Mr. Fruquet. Probable cause, May 27th, preliminary examination, June 2nd, both in front of Judge Giles. Please step aside. Right last, face the camera, say the full name.
Sean Michael Bradley.
Sean Bradley?
Yes, sir.
Sean Michael Bradley.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's a basketball player with that same name.
It-
From BYU.
It is.
All right, Mr. Bradley, you have some traffic matters which you failed to appear in court for.
I'm
As a
sorry.
result of your failure to appear. Just listen, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. Court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give you a personal bond, and each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent, and then you say can and will be against your right to an attorney. Can afford an attorney one way appointed behalf. The tickets are U471-36818. Possession of marijuana, ticket U471-36918. A pint of New Amsterdam, possession of alcohol in public. Ticket P1358223, consuming marijuana in public. Ticket P1389238, brandishing a BB gun, and ticket P1563074, reckless driving. These is misdemeanor matters, sir. You're given a personal bond, no dollar amount. Pretrial will be May 30th in front of Judge Yancey. Now to your main matter, case number 2505763-101. You said Mr. Mr. Sean Bradley. Appearances, please.
Steve Vincent.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Sean Bradley, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint. Mr. Bradley has been advised of an understanding of statutory and constitutional rights.
Court order not good to think about Mr. Bradley. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
No objection to a personal. We're asking for monitorization based on the defendant's history. He's previously been convicted of a gun offense charge, as well as multiple assaultive offenses, including felonious assault. And at least I see 3 domestic violence convictions. He does have a warrant out of Redford right now, failing to appear, giving police a false name. With all of that being said, we think there's a level of danger. We're asking for the monitorization, not objecting to the personal.
Ms. Harris, please just address the issue of whether I should not tether Mr. Bradley.
Mr. Bradley works on a full-time basis at Arby's. He says that he cannot lose his job. He looked for a long time before he was able to locate that job. So we're trying to see if we can get him out of the DDC as soon as possible. This offense here is not assaultive. And he understands the importance of returning for all 4 dates and has given assurance that he will return for all 4 dates.
All right, $10,000 personal bond, no tether at this point in time. Although I do note, I do understand Mr. Vincent's argument, but I don't think it rises to the level that he needs a tether at this point. You know, not to possess any handguns, firearms, or dangerous weapons. Probable cause May 23rd. Preliminary examination May 30th, both in front of Judge Giles. Again, a $10,000 personal bond. Step aside, Mr. Bradley. 23rd, 30th.
Thank you.
I know people talk fast and I listen slow. All right, what's your name?
Keith Larry Carlock Frazier.
This is case number 17044448401. Houston, Michigan versus Keith Carlock Frazier. Appearances, please.
Thanks, Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Keith Larry Carlock Frazier, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint. Mr. Carlock Frazier has been advised of and understands the statutory and constitutional.
All right, the coroner and I good to plea on behalf of Mr. Carlock Frazier. Given this is an 8-year-old case, and unless you advise me otherwise, Mr. Vincent, doesn't seem to be any recent assaultive history. Any objection to a personal bond?
No, magistrate, but just erring on the side of caution, we would be asking for a no assaultive contact through the pendency of the case.
Okay.
No objection.
All right. $1,000 personal bond, Mr. Carlock Frazier, while his case is pending. No contact with Mr. Terrence Wilson. You cannot go back to the Lynch Road address. Pre-trial will be May 30th in front of Judge Jones. Please step aside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Step back on. Face the camera and say your full name.
James Earl Phillips.
Walk-ins are ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
James Earl Phillips.
Bada boom, bada bang. All right. You said Mr. Billups? Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
You related to Chauncey?
That's my cousin, sir.
That's your cousin?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is case number 2505763-501. Houston, Michigan versus James Billups. Appearances, please.
Thank you, magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of James Billups, who stands mute, waives the formal reading of the complaint. Mr. Billups has been advised of and understands the statutory and constitutional rights.
Court and I good to plea on behalf of Mr. Billups. Given the nature of the offense, tied to community, And lack of criminal history and objection to personal bond for Mr. Billups.
No objection.
I mean, he can afford a cash bond if he's cousins to Chauncey. So, I mean, but
Cousin's money, not his.
at this time, we're not going to be objecting to a person.
All right, $5,000 personal bond, Mr. Billups. While his case is pending, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause, May 22nd, from the Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination, May 29th, from the Judge Jefferson. Please step aside. Yeah, like Mr. Vincent, your money is your money. It's not your kids' money.
I don't know. I don't know if he shares it or not. I mean,
Face the camera, say your full name.
Eric Dunnigan.
All right, Mr. Dunnigan. This is case number 250-576-3901. City of Michigan versus Eric Dunnigan. Appearances, please.
thank you, Magistrate Steve Vinson, for the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Eric Dunnigan, who stands to be placed upon reading of the complaint that Mr. Dunnigan has been advised of and understands the statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, court on our guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Dunnigan. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, only because I don't have any priors on this individual, as well as the fact that I don't believe any injuries were observed. We're not going to object to a high personal bond. We would ask for a no contact provision through the pendency of the case.
No objection to a personal bond, not necessarily high, and no objection to no contact with the complaining witness during this pendency of this case.
I just have one question for you, Ms. Harris. Does he have an alternative place to stay?
Yes,
And that's with whom?
Mr. Dunnigan,
Yes.
where, with whom will you stay? You don't have to give the address, but where will you stay while this matter is pending? Because you cannot go back to the Winston Street address.
My coworker who I works with, who I got my job with, who takes me to.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all.
Thank you.
That's all. That's all. $50,000 personal bond while this case is pending. Sir, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with Nashay Taylor. You cannot go back to the Winston address. At this point in time, I do not see a need for a tether. Pre-trial, strike that. Probable cause, May 27th. Preliminary examination, June 3rd. Both in front of Judge Jack Hay. Please step aside, sir.
Thanks, man. Black line. Face the camera, say your full name.
John Fine Dorsey.
Who?
John Fine Dorsey. I say Walker Dorsey. Yeah.
Oh,
Trying to get- did you-
Dorsey, I got it.
I don't have that one as of yet. Can we,
This got also Walker, John Dorsey Walker. Walker Dorsey?
Yes,
we
sir.
don't have that.
You don't have that one yet?
Can we do the two walk-ins or just while we're waiting?
Okay,
We'll try to find out.
all right.
What's your preference?
No, we'll do the walk-ins.
Okay.
All right, sir, just give me a moment. All right, let's see, Mr. Anderson. Give me one moment. Hello, Antonio Vivian. Antonio Vivian. Unmute and turn on your camera, please. Hi, okay, you're
Oh,
the
there,
interpreter,
okay.
correct?
Correct, I'm sorry.
Okay, I was waiting on you. All right. Mr. Anderson. All right. Mr. Anderson, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants for your personal bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 92 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be against you. You have right to an attorney. Can't afford attorney, one will be appointed on behalf. The ticket is P1337091, failed display of valid operator's license. You have a court date, June 4th, in courtroom 533 at 1:30 p.m. for a pretrial for this matter. Now to your main matter. This is case number 250-451-5201. State of Michigan versus Quentin Anderson. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Quentin Anderson, who stands to my right. Mr. Anderson stands mute, waits upon the and he understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Anderson. Bond recommendation from the people.
Magistrate, only because Mr. Anderson's walked in, our recommendation is going to be for the defendant to get alcohol tether within 48 hours of this arraignment. You can see the incident date November of 2024, fairly recently. I understand the warrant was entered in late April. I do have a prior on this individual, and you're going to see the pattern here. He ended up pleading in 2018 to an open container of alcohol in a motor vehicle, as well as a DWLS. In this particular matter, after he ends up hitting two police cars while they were investigating a crash, the defendant's found with an open bottle of alcohol in his vehicle. He subsequently refuses the PBT only to get a blood draw 3 hours after crashing into the police officers' vehicles, where apparently that blood draw revealed a .209 3 hours after the crash. So we can appreciate the fact
That's a lot.
We can appreciate the fact Mr. Anderson walked himself in today very smartly, because if he hadn't, I probably would have been asking for cash in addition to that alcohol tether. But seeing as though he did, we're not going to object to the personal. We would be asking for the monitorization.
Harris?
Mr. Anderson walked in today because he understands the importance of this matter and he'd like to address it. This matter goes back to November of 2024. Any drinking or no other contact period since that time. He does work at Stellantis, but he's on layoff status just for now.
I was about to ask. They went back to work. That's what I was bad. That's what I said when he said Stellantis. I was like, oh, they're back at work now.
Just on layoff status right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay.
And so he's a high school graduate who takes this matter very seriously. And we're asking that the court will sometimes say to give Mr. Anderson the benefit of the doubt with respect to a personal bond and no alcohol. Thank you.
I am going to give the benefit of the doubt. You know me too well. However, I want to give you $10,000 personal bond, Mr. Anderson. You're close to my parameters for getting an alcohol tether, but you're not quite there yet. This is a troubling matter. The only two requirements I'm going to impose on you is no driving at all, regardless of the status of your driver's license, and no alcohol possession or drinking while this case is pending. You walked in, and that counts for a lot of things. Pre-trial will be May 30th in front of Judge Jones. I have a seat. Wait for your paperwork, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And the next walk-in is Blanton. All right, state your name, sir.
Ron Blanton.
This is case number 250-5530701. Case of Michigan versus Jerron Blanton. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Benson for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Jerron Nigel Blanton, who stands mute, waits upon reading of the complaint, and Mr. Blanton has been advised of and understands the statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Blanton. Bond recommendation from the people.
Very different than the other one, Magistrate, at this time, and appreciating the fact defendants walked himself in. We're not going to be objecting to a personal bond with any conditions you feel appropriate.
No objection to the recommendation.
Okay, $5,000 personal bond. I don't see a need, at least at this point, for any additional conditions. Probable cause, May 27th, preliminary examination through June 3rd, both in front of Judge Giles. Have a seat, wait for your paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Is that Akili James? All right, and what's your name again, sir?
John Dorsey.
Are you ready on him yet?
Say that again.
Mr. Dorsey,
Dorsey.
the one you said you weren't ready on.
John Dorsey, I am prepared to proceed.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Dorsey, state your name again for the record.
John Dorsey.
All right. This is case number 250-576-3801, Peace of Michigan versus John Dorsey. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Stevenson, for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of John Dorsey, who stands mute, waits a formal reading of the complaint. And Mr. Dorsey has been explained and he understands the statutory and constitutional.
All right, the court and I guilty plea on behalf of your client. Final recommendation from the people.
Magistrate, the way I read this, it all started as a direct result of apparently the complaining witness, who's the mother of the defendant's child, spilling pot on the bed. So the defendant takes exception to that, chokes her out, hits her. In this particular instance, apparently there was observable injuries. The way it's being charged in the allegations, we're going to be asking for a $25,000, 10%. We're also going to be asking for monitorization here.
Okay.
In response-
No, hold on. Yeah, I see that, and I see, let me just put this on the record. The report indicates, after spilling the marijuana, the complainant then tripped over an object in the room and grabbed onto the defendant to prevent herself from falling over. Now, that could be, that may very well be true in terms of preventing herself, or she could have been, I guess the defendant could have taken it as an assault on him, given what had just happened. And then it looks like he became upset and according to the report, stated, "Don't grab me," which means that he wasn't aware that, possibly aware that she tripped. And I can understand how, given that situation, he could have felt assaulted, and then he retaliated. And I've said all that to say, Ms. Harris, is that you're kind of, or would you be alluding to a kind of a self-defense claim?
Yes, you are very adept at, we've been working together for a while and understand the way that each other thinks. Yes, you're.
Yeah. And I could see why, particularly if he wasn't aware that she fell, that she assaulted him. For that reason, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt in this matter. Ms. Harris, they don't live together, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And like I said, it seems like a mix-up or understanding. I can see how a reasonable person would think being assaulted, if this allegation is true, is like, "Don't grab me." That's clearly an assault, and he responded perhaps aggressively, overly aggressively, assertively. I can see why he, arguably felt the need to defend himself. All that will be flushed out. I am going to give him $5,000 personal bond in light of that. No contact with the complaining witness. You cannot go back to the Carlisle address. You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons, and no marijuana. Probable cause to be May 27th, preliminary examination June 2nd, both in front of Judge Jack Kay. Please step aside, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I take it, no objection? Okay, all right.
Number.
Okay. Okay, hold on one moment. Mr. Reagan?
Yeah.
Do you need a breakout room, Mr. Turner?
Please, Your Honor, thank you so much.
Okay. All right, Officer Robertson, get ready. Okay, accept the invitation. I'm sorry?
He's joining now.
Okay. All right, what's your name, sir?
Joseph Terrell Road.
Can you repeat that?
Joseph Terrell Road.
Rose? Okay. All right, this is case number 250-576-2901, Pearson, Michigan versus Joseph Terrell Rhodes. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Joseph Terrell Rhodes, who stands mute, waits formal reading of the complaint. And Mr. Rhodes has been advised of and understands the statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Rhodes. Ma'am, sir, you know the routine. Given the nature of the offense, ties, community, like criminal history, an objection to a $5,000 personal bond for Mr. Rhodes.
None from the people.
Objection.
Okay, Mr. Rhodes, you're given a $5,000 personal bond, sir. While this case is pending, sir, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. Probable cause will be May 22nd in front of Judge Kevin Robbins, preliminary examination, May 29th in front of Judge Jefferson. Please step aside, sir.
Next man. Step on the black line. Face the camera. Say your full name.
Barry Horace Thompson.
Barry Thompson?
Barry Horace Thompson.
Okay, give me one moment, sir. All right, this is case number, let me get it together here. This is case number 250-57643, Pearson, Michigan versus Barry Horace Thompson. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Barry Horace Thompson, who stands mute, waits the formal reading of the complaint. And Mr. Thompson has been advised of and understands the statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Thompson. Mr. Vincent, you asking for a remand in this matter?
I am magistrate, and really briefly, yeah, just a couple of administrative things. One, the defendant previously, he was convicted of stalking out of Macomb. He just had an AWIM case out of Judge Cox's courtroom dismissed. That was an AWIM as well as an assault with intent to rob while armed. Magistrate, for all intent and purposes, this is about as cold-blooded as you can get. Have allegedly the defendant crossing the street with multiple witnesses who see him with a mask on, approaches the victim who's with his mother, only to shoot the victim because he's dead, only to shoot him in the head. And then the defendant flees. And he's been ID'd as the shooter. So respectfully, I don't need to go on. We're asking for a remand.
Okay, Ms. Harris, your response?
Yes, your response is there are allegations, and despite the fact that allegations may seem quite egregious or heinous, they are allegations, and Mr. Thompson is innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Mr. Thompson is a life resident of this area. He works at a large hacking company as a quality inspector. Counsel talked about dismissed charges. And I don't think dismissed charges should be held against someone and.
No, because they're not convictions, so I'm not considering them at all.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Very much, thank you very much. And so, but he did indicate that the assailant in this matter was wearing a mask. And so I consider maybe someone wearing a mask and being later identified, that identification could possibly be dubious. For that reason, the charges are homicide first degree and felony firearm. We're asking for a cash bond and not a remand.
Magistrate, just so
briefly, yeah.
No, it will be. Just so I can address this, that was a summation. I could get into the exhaustive investigation about how this defendant was found in the car and then ID'd. I mean, the mask is only one part of it.
I'm well aware of that.
Okay.
And you know, I'm well aware of that. But looking at the totality of the circumstances, the facts of this case, I believe under MCR 6.106, that the presumption of guilt is great in this. And therefore, I will remand Mr. Thompson in the custody of the Wayne County Jail while this case is pending. Probable cause will be May 27th, preliminary examination June 3rd, both in front of Judge Jacquet. And to your point, Mr. Vincent, I can go on, I wouldn't say ad nauseum, but there is a great deal of evidence in terms of with respect to identification, so on and so forth, that made this court conclude that the presumption of guilt is a presumption of guilt in this matter that qualifies for remand under MCR 6.106, and I will remand him accordingly. Probable cause May 27th, preliminary examination June 3rd. Step aside, Mr. Thompson. Are you finished, Mr. Reagan?
What? Yeah. Yeah, I need to,
I think this is Mr. Kelly James. I think he's having some technical issues because he's not been able to communicate. I want to put you in the breakout room and see if you have any further progress, Mr. Reagan.
Okay.
And otherwise, if I can't hear him or communicate, we're going to have to adjourn this to another day.
Okay.
Are we ready on Jonathan Turner?
Yes.
Okay, Officer Robertson, can you bring Mr. Turner to the screen?
Yeah, here he is, sir. 1 second.
Bill, are you doing Turner?
No, I'm trying to get in the breakout room.
Oh.
With the slow moving finger.
Yes, I got slow moving fingers, Mr. Reagan. All right. Gentlemen at DDC, what is your name?
Johnson, DeJuan Johnson.
Okay, I want to handle Mr. Turner first.
The hospital room. Module. Sir, this Officer Robertson, did you say stand by?
No, I said bring Mr. Turner to the camera.
Okay, he's right here.
I told the other guy to stand by.
Okay, here's Mr. Turner.
All right, Mr. Turner, state your name for the record.
Jonathan Turner.
All right, this is case number 250-575-4501. Police of Michigan versus Jonathan Turner. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Good afternoon. Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Jonathan Demetrius Turner, who stands mute, waits upon the reading of the complaint, and Mr. Turner has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, court order not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Turner. This is a different set of facts, Mr. Vincent. What is your bond recommendation?
Magistrate, it's a different set of facts, but it all goes to the same conclusion. This defendant doesn't even deserve bond. He's a clear and present danger to the community. We think the presumption of guilt is great here. Few things. One of which is he's on probation to 2 different counties for receiving and concealing stolen property motor vehicles, as well as attempt felony UTA, unlawfully driving away of an automobile. So he's on probation actively for those 2 convictions. And what do we have here? We have the defendant in a stolen vehicle, drunk to the point of a 0.24 based on a blood draw. And he's high on fentanyl, going over 120 miles an hour in a stolen vehicle, only to smash into somebody and then subsequently kill them. And then he ends up hitting a semi-truck, and he's got passengers in his vehicle, and him and 2 of his passengers have to get, extricated from the vehicle. So now we have the defendant here alive. We have another individual who's dead. He's on probation twice over. We have green light video that apparently caught this entire incident. I have, magistrate, I think you can see it, 5 seconds before, and this is in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. I have this
Mr.
defendant
Vincent,
going, yeah.
you don't have to go into particulars. You outline your case. Are you asking for a remand or a high cash bond?
And either way, the high cash bond would have to be about $20 million. If not, we're asking for the remand.
Okay. Ms. Harris?
Thank you, Your Honor. These are allegations. Mr. Turner is innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. He understands the severity of these charges. He has ties to the community. He's graduated from 12th grade. At this point in time, he's in the hospital, and I don't know the nature and extent of the reason he's there, but he's no flight risk. He will come for all future court hearings, and for that reason, we're asking for a high cash fine and as opposed to a remand.
Is he employed?
Yes, he works at Amazon, Your Honor.
Hopefully not as a driver.
Well, I've said this before to the court that there are.
I know there's a ton of jobs.
Thousands of jobs.
I just hope he's not a driver.
For Amazon
Yeah.
that do not require driving. Somebody's got to answer the phone, and someone's got to clean the offices, and
Yeah.
someone's got to work in the human resources department as well.
All right. Well, these allegations are egregious. Not only a stolen vehicle, reckless driving, intoxicated, and he doesn't even have a valid driver's license. I mean, talk about a trifecta. And to be so young is equally just kind of like, wow. To be so allegedly reckless and not only endangering, not somebody having killed, but not endangering himself and other passengers in the vehicle. I don't normally do this, but I want to give him a $1 million cash surety bond. I believe he is a danger to the community.
Judge, can I say something?
Do you have a question?
Mr. Turner?
No, I got it.
Mr. Turner, just a moment. It's my advice to you as your attorney to not say anything, because by saying something, it may be held against you. So now you can make the decision as to whether you'd like to say something, but we prefer to just ask or answer a question regarding your bond and your upcoming court date, Mr. Turner.
No, I want to talk to the judge.
Go ahead, sir. Your attorney has advised you not to, but it is your right to speak. I prefer to only answer questions.
No, because I wasn't driving. I was in the back seat.
Sir. Sir. I'm going to give you your court dates. And I don't want to hear anything else from you. $1 million cash surety bond, no alcohol, no driving, GPS tether, house arrest to be able to post bond. I think Mr. Vincent's argument clearly shows that you are a danger to the community. Bond redetermination will be Monday, May 19th, in front of Chief Judge McConaughey. Probable cause, May 28th. Preliminary examination, June 3rd, both in front of Judge Jacquet. Now, Mr. Turner, do you have any questions regarding your bond and or court dates? I don't want to hear any statements from you. I just want to hear questions.
Magistrate, if I could just respond, in the police report, the police extricated this individual from the driver's seat.
No, I'm good. All right, Mr. Turner, having no questions, have a good day. Thank you, Officer Roberson.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Reagan, what's the update on Mr. James?
Judge, we can't hear.
Well, they would come in.
We can't hear anything, Judge. But I do want to say,
Okay,
in respect to Mr. Vincent, just because they extracted him from that seat doesn't mean that's where he was when the car.
Mr. Reagan, Mr. Reagan,
No, that's right.
Mr. Reagan,
I want to say.
Mr. Reagan. I ruled,
Judge.
case is over.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just
Um,
saying it's Mr. Vincent, Judge.
I know. Can we stay focused? All right.
They
I want
can't
to
hear us, they can't hear me, and I can't hear them.
I know. Okay, well, this is what I'm going to do.
Sure.
I'm going to have them log back in, so I'm going to remove them
Okay,
and have them log back in.
thank you.
Okay, gentlemen at DDC, what's your name again?
And
I'm sorry?
Juan Johnson.
DeJuan Johnson? All right, this is case number 250-574-5001. Peace of the Michigan versus DeJuan Johnson. Appearances, please.
thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
For record, Christina Harris, Ron Johnson, who stands me, waits upon a reading of the complaint, and Mr. Johnson has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
Court, we're not good to plead on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Are you asking for a cash bond in this matter, Mr. Vincent, in light of the allegations of gunshots?
Yeah, Magistrate, I'm forced to. I think this defendant is a clear and present danger. Multiple shots, one of which hits the vehicle allegedly, one of the windows. I know the incident date is 12/6/24. The defendant shown he has propensity for dangerous things. He has a November 28th of 2016 carjacking juvenile adjudication. And now we have the defendant ID'd as the person who was shooting at this car. So respectfully, we're asking for the 10,000 cash surety. We would also be asking for a tether.
Ms. Harris?
In response, Mr. Johnson has no adult criminal history, no pending cases, no probation, no parole, no contacts. He's a high school graduate. He worked at a Metro Lines company. He understands the importance of not having any contact with the complaining witness or the location of the alleged event. We're asking for a personal bond because he knows how to handle and conduct himself. And he will not have any contact with the complaining witness. Thank you.
You said he's working?
Yes. We'll ask him, Mr. Johnson, what are your work hours?
I work at Metro Line in Troy. I've been there for about 4 years now. We purposely.
He broke up on me. Did you catch
Mr.
that?
Johnson, your work hours, what hours, what time do you go to work in the morning, what time do you finish?
6, 9 to 6.
What?
9 to 6 is what I picked up here.
That 5 days a week?
What days do you work, Mr. Johnson? You say that once again,
That's 5 days a week, full time.
Monday through Friday.
Yes, okay. All right. Okay, the court having heard argument as to bond. To your point, Ms. Harris, he does not appear to have an adult criminal record. Mr. Vincent did reference a juvenile record, but the court will not consider that or give it nominal weight in this bond consideration in this matter. The bond consideration, we strictly focus on these allegations in this case. And these are very, very serious assaultive allegations. Particularly shooting at the complaining witness was identification. And the comment from the complaining witness, who stated that the defendant came to shoot and kill. Now, I don't know what the history is between these parties. Mr. Johnson does not have a CPL, at least as a pending of this case. He's got 3 weapons registered in his name. He's old enough to possess them, but as of the time of this case, he doesn't have a CPL. And like I said, the allegations of shooting at a vehicle 3 times, and bullets not only for the alleged target, if these allegations are true, but for the safety of the public that may be in or around that vehicle. we've all aware of situations where stray bullets have hit innocent bystanders, particularly kids. So for those reasons, I find Mr. Johnson a danger to the community. I will give him a $10,000 cash surety bond with the following conditions. He's not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with the complaining witness, Corey Hyatt Jr. He was able to post bond and be fitted with a GPS tether placed under house arrest. Bond redetermination will be Monday, May 9th. Strike that, May 19th, 9 a.m. in front of Chief Judge McConicle. Probable cause, May 27th, preliminary examination, June 3rd, both in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Johnson, do you have any questions regarding your bond conditions and or court dates?
No,
Okay, Mr. Reagan? Okay, step aside, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
It looks like things are working now. I'm gonna put you back in the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what's your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
Michael William Greer III.
Michael Greer?
Sir, Michael Greer.
Okay. This is case number 250-5764001. Case of Michigan versus Michael Greer. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Stevenson for the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Michael William Greer III. Stands to place the formal reading of the complaint, and Mr. Greer has been advised of and understands statutory and constitutional rights.
All right, the court will not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Greer. Like previous CCW cases, given his lack of criminal history, nature of the offense, ties to community, any objection to a $5,000 personal bond?
Objection.
None from the people.
All right, $5,000 personal bond, Mr. Greer. While his case is pending, sir, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. Probable cause, May 22nd, in front of Judge Kevin Robbins. Preliminary examination, May 29th, in front of Judge Jefferson. Please step aside, sir. Hi, morning, Mr. Diaz. Well, good afternoon, I should say. All right. It's been a little while since I've seen you.
I know.
All is well.
I was saying that, long time no see.
All right. All right, sir. DDC, what's your name?
Señor, ¿cuál es su nombre?
Oh, is that it?
Is that him? I don't know.
No, it's not him. I don't think. But you never can assume. Are you Mr. White?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, state your name, Mr. White.
What?
All right. Mr. White, Kenneth White, you have some traffic matters in which you failed to appear in court for, sir. As a result of your failure to appear, warrants for your arrest were issued. The court's going to set aside these arrest warrants, give you a personal bond in each of these misdemeanor matters that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have a right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed on your behalf. The tickets are 10425-297, driver's license in person. Ticket 300768, driver's license not valid. Ticket Z789564, violation of city controlled substance code. Ticket U51810109, possession of drug paraphernalia. Ticket U828, strike to 820-269, 11, trespassing. Excuse me. Ticket 16258368182, fellas plate by the operator's license, no insurance misdemeanor, and ticket 155404621, driver's license not valid. In each of these misdemeanor matters, sir, you're given a personal bond, no dollar amount. Pre-trial for these tickets and other U tickets will be June 3rd in front of Judge King. Now to your main matter, This is case number 12062950001. Tuesday, Michigan versus Kenneth White. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate Steve Vincent for the people.
For the record, Christina Harris on behalf of Kenneth White, who stands mute, waits upon the reading of the complaint, and Mr. White has been advised of and understands his statutory and constitutional rights.
Okay, first of all, I have a capious bond set, September 23rd, $10,000, 10% capious bond set by Judge Aaliyah Sabri. The successor judge to Sabri is Judge Marlena Taylor. We have contacted her, and she wants the bond to continue as set originally by Judge Sabri. So that will be a $10,000, 10% bond. I take it that's an unaffordable bond?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Bond redetermination will be Monday, May 19th. Probable cause, May 27th. Preliminary examination, June 2nd. Both in front of Judge Taylor. While this case is pending, sir, you not possess nor use any illegal drugs. All right, step aside, sir.
We got the last one is the.
Yes, sir.
That concludes all the ones that I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Reagan, are we done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're all set for you? Okay. All right. Mr. Diaz, I believe this is Carlos Lopez Ramirez.
Okay.
Raise your right hand, Mr. Diaz. Do you swear or affirm that you translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. State your name for the record, sir.
So we gotta go in the breakout room and interview Mr. Ramirez.
Oh, I thought you had. All right, my apologies.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay.
No.
You
Wait,
have
but
that
Miss-
because you asked it.
Mr. Reagan, you're doing that. Miss Harris just checked out. Is somebody else doing anything else?
Yeah, we're doing it all. What she's doing Mr. Jones. We're doing everything. We're doing it. I got to get Mr. Ramirez interview. She's gonna do Mr. James.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh,
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Mr.
All
Burton.
right.
So Magistrate Burton is ready.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Accept the invitation. All right. Ready? Great. Wonderful. Mr. James, state your name, please.
Keely James, sir.
All right. We have some technical difficulties through no fault of your own.
Yes, sir.
All right. This is case number 210-611-5901, Peterson, Michigan versus Achille James. Appearances, please.
thank you, Steve Vincent for the people.
Christina Harris on behalf of Achille James, who stands mute, waits upon the reading.
All right, the court will not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. James. Bond recommendation from the people.
Magistrate, it's a 2019 offense. The warrant was entered in 2021. The defendant's currently incarcerated. He does have a release date that's prior to today's date, but he has a max release date in March of 2050. At this time, we're not going to be objecting to a personal bond here. We don't find him to be or a danger.
No objection to a personal bond.
Excuse me. $10,000 personal bond. Probable cause, May 23rd, preliminary examination, May 30th, both in front of Judge Taylor. Mr. James, do you have any questions regarding your bond and or bond conditions and or court date?
No, sir.
All right, have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too, sir.
Okay, I think we're ready on the female side. All right, what was the bond I gave Mr. Blanton? It was a personal bond, but what was the amount? Jerron Blanton, number 15. Okay. All right.
Please enter your mailbox number.
No. Hello. Ms. Harris? Oh. I tried calling in the DDC on the female side. They don't seem to respond. And it's only 2 women, so I know they're still interviewing. So what's the excuse?
You gonna let me win one of these? You gonna let me win you over on one of these?
On what?
On one of these
Which
next
one?
few, I don't know, one of the next few cases, any of them. I don't know. I'm gonna be in a lot.
You want to be what?
I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble if I have to go back to my supervisor and show them all the, decisions. They're gonna think that I wasn't making an argument.
You make very good arguments. You got a remand. It's my second $1 million bond ever.
Mecanico's gonna see those set of allegations, and he may even increase it.
I don't know.
He's done it. He's done it before.
I know. I've seen him do it. To my surprise, on a few of my bonds.
Yeah.
To my surprise. So. Oh, DDC, where art thou? All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. What's up there? Okay, Mr. Reagan. All right, DDC.
Magistrate Burton, yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you ready on the female side yet?
We have the females dialed in to be interviewed based on the attorney.
Repeat that, please.
We have the females dialed in on DDC female camera 1, waiting on the attorney to log in.
That's what Mr. Reagan is doing?
No, they said 2 females got to be interviewed.
Yes, and that's what Mr. Reagan is doing. Because he just finished with the Spanish interpreter. So we're ready to arraign on Mr. Lopez Ramirez. And he is interviewing the females now. He is interviewing Mr. Reagan.
Mr. Diaz, you remain under oath.
Sure.
Sir, Mr. Lopez Ramirez, state your name for the record.
Señor Ramírez López, ¿puede decir su nombre para que quede grabado en actas, por favor?
Carlos López Ramírez.
Juan Carlos López Ramírez.
Carlos López Ramírez.
Carlos López Ramírez.
He has 2 cases. Case number 250-450-7701 People to the Mexican versus Carlos Lopez Ramirez.
Usted tiene dos casos aquí, el 25-057-49701, bajo el nombre de López Carlos Ramírez.
As well as case number 250-574-9701. People to the Mexican versus Carlos Lopez Ramirez.
Y también tiene otro caso que es el 25-05-74-9701-2, que es Michigan en contra de la Fiscalía de Michigan en contra de Carlos López Ramírez.
Appearances, please.
Comparecencias, por favor.
Stevenson for the people.
Stevenson, por la Fiscalía. Yes, interpreter for Mr. Carlos López.
Christina Harris on behalf of Carlos Lopez Ramirez.
Y yo soy el abogado Christian Harris por el señor Carlos López Ramírez.
Mr. Lopez Ramirez stands mute based upon the reading of the complaint and has been advised of his statutory and constitutional rights and understanding of those rights.
El señor Carlos López Ramírez se va a quedar en silencio mientras nosotros se le explicaron cuáles son sus derechos constitucionales.
Y me dicen cuánto va a ser la fianza, por favor.
I want to know how much the bond will be.
So do I. That's why, but I gotta wait.
Yo también lo quiero saber, pero usted tiene que esperar, ¿eh?
Gracias.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Lopez Ramirez on both of these matters. Mr. Vincent.
El tribunal acepta la declaración de no culpabilidad por ambas imputaciones. Señor Stevenson.
Go ahead, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, regarding the criminal sexual conduct case.
Magistrado, en lo que se refiere al delito de una conducta sexual criminal.
With 5 counts of criminal sexual conduct.
Y con 5 imputaciones de una conducta sexual delictiva.
Regarding raping a young girl from her ages of 6 through 15.
Y con unos alegatos de que ha violado a una niña con edades de 6 a 15 años.
Multiple times in multiple different ways.
En muchas veces y de diferentes maneras.
We would either be asking for a remand or a $5 million cash bond.
Nosotros estaríamos pidiendo que sea consignado o una fianza de $5 millones en efectivo.
We think there's a high likelihood of conviction.
Nosotros pensamos que hay una convicción y que es muy probable que la haya.
We have a forensic kids talk interview.
Nosotros tuvimos una entrevista con los forenses en el lugar que se llama Kids Talk.
And the defendant has been ID'd as the offender.
Y el defendido ha sido identificado como la persona que ha cometido este delito.
Regarding the domestic violence case.
En lo que se refiere al caso de la violencia doméstica o intrafamiliar,
we have no objection to personal.
Nosotros no tendríamos ninguna objeción de que allí tuviera una fianza personal de palabra.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchísimas gracias.
Ms. Harris, response.
In response,
Señora Harris, responda.
as to the domestic violence case, no objection to a personal bond. As to the other case, Mr. Lopez Ramirez has been charged with alleged actions over the course of 10 years. And unfortunately, this is one person's word against Mr. Ramirez.
Ok, en lo que se refiere a la violencia intrafamiliar, yo no tengo ningún problema de que tenga una fianza personal. pero en los alegatos de las acciones han sido sobre el curso de 10 años. Desafortunadamente, es la palabra de una persona contra la otra en contra del señor Ramírez.
There is no other evidence except for the word of the alleged complaining witness.
Y no hay
And
ninguna,
Mr. Lopez,
no hay ninguna otra evidencia excepto la palabra de los alegatos que tienen los testigos y el señor López.
Mr. Lopez Maria Ramirez has no prior criminal cases, no criminal history whatsoever.
El señor López Ramírez no tiene ninguna imputaciones criminales, no tiene un historial criminal de ningún tipo.
Mr. Lopez Maria Ramirez had no knowledge about this warrant or about these allegations whatsoever.
Y el señor López Ramírez no tenía ningún conocimiento sobre esta orden de arresto ni las presunciones que se han hecho en su contra.
No, nunca me llegó nada por correo.
I never
Mr.
received
Lopez
anything from him.
Ramirez, just one moment, please. The last alleged date of criminal activity in this matter is April 29th of 2022. This warrant was not issued until May 7th of 2025.
Y los alegatos que hay vienen el 29 de abril del 2022 y la orden de arresto se hizo el 7 de mayo del 2025.
Ramirez works on a full-time basis in a barber shop.
Y el señor López Ramírez trabaja en tiempo completo en una barbería.
He won't have any contact with the complaining witness.
Él no tiene ningún contacto con la persona querellante o demandante.
No.
Despite these being serious charges,
A pesar de que tiene unos cargos que son serios,
we're asking for a personal bond because this has been now, since this alleged incident, 3 years.
y nosotros estamos pidiendo que él tenga una fianza personal bajo palabra, porque estos alegatos son incidentes que vienen desde hace 3 años.
And the warrant was issued May 7th, 2025. Thank you.
Y la orden de arresto se emitió fue en el 2025.
Pero nunca me llegó nada, la verdad.
And I never received anything, to tell you the truth.
Okay, he stated that already.
Usted ya ha dicho eso, señor.
Ms. Harris, does he live either with the complaining witness, with either complaining witnesses on either case?
Señora Harris, él vive con alguno de las personas que están, los demandantes, en los 2 casos que tenemos.
No, vivo con mi tío solo.
No, I live with my uncle alone.
And you said he works at a barber shop. Is he a barber?
Usted se dijo que trabajaba en una barbería. ¿Él es un barbero?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he have any children of his own?
Él tiene hijos.
¿Mande?
Él tiene hijos.
¿Quién?
Usted.
Sí, tengo 4 con la mujer.
Who? You. Usted. I have 4 with my previous wife.
And how old are the 4?
¿Y qué edad tienen los 4 niños?
12, 8,
8, 3, 3, and I don't remember 3.
Y 12, 12. Sí.
12.
And they
Dos.
live with their mother?
Viven con su madre.
Sí, ellos viven con la mamá.
Yes, they live with the mom.
How many are boys? How many are girls?
¿Cuántos son varones y cuántos son hembras?
3 niñas y un niño.
¿Perdón?
3 niñas y un niño.
3 girls and 1 boy.
Has he remarried? He
¿Usted
said
se
Mrs.
volvió a
First
casar?
wife.
¿Usted se volvió a casar o esa fue su primera esposa?
Y no, yo me quedé solo ahí viviendo ahí con mi tío.
No, I just living alone now with my uncle.
Okay.
That
The reason I asked that, he mentioned his first wife, which suggests maybe a second wife.
Sí, la razón por la que yo lo digo es porque estamos hablando de que esa era su mujer antes, su primera esposa. ¿Usted tiene ahorita otra esposa?
No.
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 Okay. Because most people respond and say my ex-wife, but not, he specifically responded first wife, which made me believe there was a second wife.
Your Honor, it might be myself that I said first, and I
Okay.
think he said previous. So it
Okay.
might be interpreter mistake in
Okay.
with the
No,
message.
it's not a mistake. It's just, as they say, lost in translation. Okay, court having heard argument as to bond, I want to thank you, Mr. Diaz, for your patience in clarifying the language, clarifying a lot of the questions I had due to the language barrier. I appreciate your patience, and I appreciate your diligence and skill in clarifying the language barrier and interpreting his answers versus
Thank you.
my questions. So I appreciate that, Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, the court having heard arguments as bond as to both matters. With respect to the misdemeanor matter, I am going to give Mr. Lopez Ramirez a $5,000 personal bond in this matter.
En lo que se refiere al delito menor por el señor López, yo le voy a poner una fianza personal de $5,000.
Está bien.
No contact with Monica Ortiz.
Y usted no puede tener ningún contacto con Mónica Ortiz.
And he's not to possess any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons.
Y usted no puede tener posesión de ningún tipo de armas o letales o armas peligrosas.
Muy bien.
Okay. All right. Now, with respect to
Ahora, en lo que se refiere a
allegations,
los casos de alegatos o presunciones de violación,
Sí. Dígame.
I was torn between a remand and a high cash bond.
yo estoy entre consignar a usted o darle una alta caución en efectivo.
Muy bien.
The factors that were weighing toward a cash bond were
El factor por el cual nosotros estamos pensando en hacerle una fianza en el efectivo,
Muy bien.
the fact that he does not have, at least to the court's knowledge, appearance, at least thus far, any felony criminal history.
está basado en que usted no tiene un historial criminalístico.
And to Ms. Harris's point, given the age and of the allegations in the criminal sexual conduct case.
Y dado también en lo que dijo la señora Harris, el punto de que usted, dado el tiempo que ha pasado en estos alegatos y en el caso de la conducta criminal como delito.
Those point toward a cash bond in lieu of a remand.
Y eso es lo que me está llevando a mí a que usted tenga una fianza en efectivo y que sea consignado.
Gracias.
What points to a remand is things alleged or stated by Mr. Vincent.
Y lo que está alegando también el abogado Vincent.
The range of the dates of incidents.
El rango de las fechas de estos incidentes.
the longevity of these events
y lo viejo de que estos eventos sucedieron
and the seriousness of this, given the length of it and given the nature of the allegations, it lends this court to believe predatory tendencies.
y la seriedad de estos alegatos y el tiempo que estos han sucedido, estas presunciones, la Corte piensa que hay tendencias que son predatorias.
And so for that reason, under MCR 6.106, I want to remand Mr. Lopez Ramirez in the custody of Wayne County Jail while his case is pending.
Y por esa razón y por el estatuto MCR 6.106, yo le voy a consignar a la prisión del condado de Wayne al señor Ramírez.
Yo no tengo fianza para eso.
Then I don't have a bond for that.
Exactly.
Exactamente.
¿Y cuánto tiempo me van a tener ahí o cómo?
And for how long am I going to be there?
While his case is pending.
Mientras su caso está pendiente.
Okay.
Probable cause will be May 28th. Preliminary
Eh,
examination June 3rd.
Y,
Both
la
in front
pre-
of Judge Jacquet.
y para el fundamento de causa, usted entonces va a comparecer el 28 de mayo. Y luego para la otra va a tener una audiencia posterior el 3 de junio.
Junio. Okay.
Do you,
El 28
does
de
he
mayo
have
el
any questions?
3 de junio.
I'm sorry.
I was repeating the dates because he was asking the dates.
Okay. Does he have any questions regarding his bond conditions and or court dates?
¿Usted tiene alguna pregunta en lo que se refiere a su fianza o caución? ¿O tiene alguna pregunta en lo que se refiere a los días que tiene que comparecer en el tribunal?
No, lo que quería saber que pues, si puedo alcanzar una fianza y los otros 5,000 que me pusieron ahí, ¿cómo le hago para pagar?
I just wanted to know what about the bond and about the other $5,000 that I have for the bond. What am I going to do? How am I going to do that to pay that? Where do I have to pay that?
Well, first of all, the $5,000 is personal bond. You don't have to pay anything. You were given no bond on the criminal sexual conduct cases. So that means you can't pay anything to get out. Now, if
Primero,
your
que,
attorneys, go ahead.
primero que nada, la fianza de $5,000 es una fianza bajo palabra, una fianza personal bajo palabra de $5,000 que usted no tiene que pagar nada porque es bajo palabra. Pero como usted tiene otra causa por otros delitos en donde usted se le está consignando a la cárcel, entonces no tiene sentido que usted tenga que pagar nada.
So your attorney at the next court date can re-argue bond in front of Judge Jacquet with respect to the remand.
Y en lo que se refiere a la fianza,
29.
en la próxima audiencia
May 29.
del 28 de mayo, usted podrá hablar con su abogado y que estará enfrente del juez Jacquet, y con él usted podrá hablar, con su abogado usted podrá hablar de la fianza.
Muy bien.
All right.
In person?
That's fine.
Garrett in person, but I'm pretty sure it'll be accompanied by Zoom,
Thank you.
barring anything else. All right, step aside, sir.
Ok, señor, ya usted se puede retirar.
Mr. Diaz, you have a wonderful day. Always a pleasure, sir.
Magistrate, you do that as well, and enjoy this beautiful day as soon as you can.
Hey, I got 2 more cases.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and they've all
Have a pleasant
been.
day, you all.
Okay. All right. We're coming down the home stretch. Mr. Vincent,
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, you well argued your point on that last case. I was really literally flirting between a cash bond or a remand. And I just want to applaud you for your good argument on that.
I think you made the right decision, but thank you.
All right, we ready on the female side?
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk to me quick.
Phil, I got one cash request and I got one personal. I think he froze. Oh,
He's never frozen.
Never frozen. Always.
He may be still, but he's never frozen.
Give me 1 second, Judge. I got you. 1 second.
Oh, man.
Oh, I've been waiting all day.
Good. Give him your full name. Full name.
Hello. What is your name?
Aja Taylor.
This is case number 250-576-4501. Case of Michigan versus Aja Taylor. Appearances, please.
thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
Your Honor, I'll break it on behalf of Ms. Taylor, waive the formal reading stamp mute. She's been advised of her rights.
Court will not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Taylor. Bond recommendation, Mr. Vincent.
Magistrate, I don't have any priors regarding this individual. I'm not going to be objecting to a personal. I am going to be asking for 3 conditions. No drinking through the pendency of the case, no weapons through the pendency of the case, and no contact with the complaining witness. With all of that being said, we're not going to be objecting to the personal.
No objection whatsoever, Judge.
$10,000 personal bond. Ms. Taylor, no alcohol while this case is pending. You're not possessing any handguns, firearms, or other dangerous weapons. No contact with Darius Plump Jr. while this case is pending. Probable cause, May 28th. Preliminary examination, June 3rd. Both in front of Judge Jack K. Please step aside, ma'am.
What was the last day, June? What can I get the last day? June what?
June 3rd.
June 3rd. Thank you, sir.
June 3rd.
I got you. I got you.
After we finish with this last case, I got to talk to you both outside of YouTube and off the record. Just very, very briefly.
You want to virtually buy me a drink or something? Never mind.
We'll talk in a minute. We'll talk in a minute.
Strike
sir.
that. Strike that. Strike that.
No. I just need to talk to you for a couple minutes. All right, what's your name, ma'am? Najla Buckman?
Yes.
All right, this is case number 250-576-4101. Precinct Michigan versus Najla Buckman. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Magistrate. Steve Vincent for the people.
So break it on behalf of Ms. Buckman, waive the reading stamp mute. She's been advised of her rights, Your Honor.
All right, the court will not guilty plea on behalf of Ms. Buckman. Bond recommendation from the people.
Magistrate, we're asking for a 15,000 cash or 30. This defendant, in addition to this case, and you can see the allegations as well as the lead charge, has that previous felonious assault conviction, where GBH was actually attached in that case. It was dismissed as part of a plea deal. She ended up pleading to the FA. But now, allegedly, we have a defendant who was stabbing an individual all over money, apparently. This was all over money. And the way that I ended up reading it, unless I guess somebody can tell me otherwise, this defendant was stabbing the complaining witness in the face, the eye, the head, the chest. And then she was arrested 2 days later, and she apparently was heavily intoxicated. So she's got the history, the assaultive history. We have the allegations here. We have the injuries that put the other individual into the hospital. Respectfully, we find her to be a danger. We're asking for the cash.
Mr. Reagan?
Judge, it was a Mother's Day weekend. My client, guess what my client was doing on Mother's Day, Judge? She was at
I don't know, Mr. Reagan, tell me.
Her house, minding her own business. At her house, when the uncle brings his girlfriend to my client's house. My client's trying to enjoy her Mother's Day. She has a 3-year-old autistic son she takes care of. He told don't bring her over here. Don't bring her over here. Brings her over there. So then when she gets over there, the complaining witness pulls a knife on my client. Now, I'm not saying, bring a knife fight to a knife fight, but I'm just saying my client took the knife. My client took the knife from this lady, and it wasn't my client going out trying to find this woman, assault this woman. This woman came over. She was a little intoxicated, Judge. She came at my client. My client simply was defending herself at her home, not anywhere else. She was at her home, Judge. So, like I said, she has a 3-year-old autistic son she takes care of. She does have a 2018 case. Mr. Vincent is right about that, Judge. But that case is over with. She's done with that. She's living her life, was enjoying her Mother's Day, Judge, trying to, and all this happened was brought to her front doorstep. So I'm just asking, she's not trying to find this lady. Just asking for a personal, Judge, no contact with Ms. Williams. And that the facts will come out, whatever happens, going to happen.
Just one thing, and Mr. Reagan knows I respect him so much. I mean, he's a true advocate for his client, but we have 7 stabs. 7, minding her own business, apparently trying to defend herself. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 7. Just that's all I wanted.
But you don't know how that happened. I mean,
Mr. Reagan, I got a question for you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is she working?
Judge, she works as a caregiver for her 3-year-old autistic son. She takes care of him. That's what she does.
I do note for the record that the incident occurred at her house, which weighs heavily in my consideration for bond in terms of what Mr. Reagan likes to point out to me is that she wasn't looking for an altercation, looking for a fight. The fight came to her. I've had many cases, Mr. Reagan, and that does prove to be some merit in that in terms of the defendant wasn't at the complaining witness's house, minding her own business, and according to Mr. Reagan, it was Mother's Day. A very, very special day in our society. However, Mr. Vincent validly states that notwithstanding what that may have been, this is excessive force. And there is some merit to that argument in terms of the multiple times being stabbed. I know being attacked, it is human nature to act it is human nature when attacked and or provoked. You're not thinking rationally, you're thinking emotionally, and you're responding just to get to alleviate potential threat in the situation. This is excessive force, and she does have a prior conviction for this. And so the scales are kind of balanced, but I am going to give Ms. Buckman the benefit of the doubt because this did occur at her home. And if Mr. Reagan's representations are true, the uncle did not abide by her wishes. And she does tend to an autistic son, which needs care. So all those factor in me giving her a personal bond in this matter, a $20,000 personal bond.
Magistrate, could I ask for one thing? Could I just ask for one thing? Could we give a no drinking condition here? Because I know it's been said she cares for her autistic son, which I can appreciate, but I don't know how she can do that when defense counsel already said that she was drinking at the time of this incident, and then 2 days later she was highly intoxicated. So I understand where you're going though.
Okay, I'll say this: no alcohol, no marijuana, no drugs, no contact with Sarah Williams. You're not to possess any handguns, firearms, or dangerous weapons. Probable cause May 27th. June 2nd will be the preliminary examination. Is there anything else either attorney wants to put on the record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
You gave that last day, the 22nd?
The 27th.
Uh-huh.
June 2nd.
Yes, sir.
May 27th and June 2nd.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, that concludes the docket. Mr. Reagan, Mr. Vincent, stay on. I'm gonna log